In this video, I want to revisit what I think is one of Nintendo's dumbest decisions of all time. But actually, it's more like two of the dumbest decisions of all time. Before I begin, I just want to say that this video is made up of my opinions on this subject and should not be interpreted as objective fact. I'm a 16-year-old who knows the video game industry about as well as an elephant knows how to fly. So with that being said, let me know down in the comments what you think about this, and without further ado, let's get started. When I say one of Nintendo's dumbest decisions, I am in fact not talking about the Wii U's marketing, although that was indeed a catastrophe, but I'm talking about Super Mario 3D All-Stars. This game was revealed and released in September of 2020, and this game is a collection of 3 Mario games: Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy. And not only that, but all of these games would be in HD, making this more than just a port of 3 great games. I got this game on day 1 back in the day, and I did not regret it. I easily sunk hours into Super Mario Galaxy. It was one of the first games I ever played back on the Wii, so being able to re-experience the game in HD was magical. Of course, I still have my original copy of the game, but back in 2020, most of my back catalog of games was busy sitting in the storage room. But everything I've said about Super Mario 3D All-Stars so far has been positive, so why am I claiming this is one of the worst decisions Nintendo has ever made? Well, this is where it gets complicated. Did you notice anything when I said this game included Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy? That's because I didn't mention Super Mario Galaxy 2, which is by the way tied for the highest rated Mario game ever on Metacritic. Where is Mario Galaxy 2, you might ask? Nintendo wouldn't just forget one of their highest rated video games of all time, right? Right? Well, let me just say that you, sir, have underestimated Nintendo's ability to not care about their fans. But actually, I do want to speculate why Galaxy 2 was left out of this collection. So the first possibility is that Nintendo performed a cost-benefit analysis of bringing Galaxy 2 to the collection versus leaving it out, and they determined that they would earn more profit if they just focused on the more well-known 3D Mario games. Because while Galaxy 2 is an almost perfect game, it's not a very popular 3D Mario game compared to the games we got in the collection, which I think is very unfortunate. So I'm thinking that the cost of bringing the game to Switch was too severe compared to the rewards. But then again, I don't see how they couldn't bring this over if they could bring the first Mario Galaxy over. They're literally the exact same in terms of graphics and model, so I don't see what would be so difficult about bringing it over. I've heard some people tell me that this collection didn't include Galaxy 2 because the collection itself is supposed to be one Mario game from each console. Super Mario 64 from the Nintendo 64, Super Mario Sunshine from the GameCube, and Super Mario Galaxy from the Wii. If they included Galaxy 2 into this game, it would feel unbalanced because the Wii has more representation than the other consoles. So maybe this is in fact what Nintendo was thinking when making this collection, but here's why I think that's a dumb thing to worry about. Let's go all the way back to the Super Nintendo and talk about Super Mario All-Stars, the game that inspired Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Super Mario All-Stars was a collection of 4 2D Mario games from the NES and Famicom: Super Mario Bros., Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels, Super Mario Bros. 2, and Super Mario Bros. 3. These games were also given graphical upgrades to better fit the Super Nintendo hardware. Another thing I should quickly mention is that this game also got a re-release on the Nintendo Wii. Anyway, this game had 4 Mario games, and they're all technically from the same console if you count the Famicom as the Japanese NES. So riddle me this: why can a Super Nintendo game from 1993 include 4 Mario games, but a Nintendo Switch game from 2020 can't? You might say it's because 3D games are way bigger and require more storage, but these games aren't new games. The point I'm trying to make here is that while I had fun being able to play Mario Galaxy on my Switch in HD, this collection seems half-assed because they didn't include a fan-favorite Mario game that should have been incredibly easy to implement. Why did Nintendo do this? So that is the first mistake in this video: Nintendo leaving Super Mario Galaxy 2 out of Super Mario 3D All-Stars. So now that we've talked about the fact that an amazing 3D Mario game was left out of the game, let's talk about Nintendo's second mistake regarding this collection: making the collection limited time only. Yeah, I am not joking. This game would be released on September 18th of 2020 and was only going to be produced until March 10th of 2021, meaning the game only had about 6 months of being officially sold. Why? What's the point of making it a limited release? You make a collection of 3 of the most loved games ever made, and you give it a limited release. I don't understand that. Now, this is obviously a ridiculous decision from Nintendo, but the good thing was that stores would still carry this game if they didn't sell right away, and you might actually be able to walk in your local Walmart and still see the game on the shelves to this day. After March 10th of 2021 went by, the only real thing you could notice was that you could no longer buy the game from the Nintendo eShop. I mean, chances are if you were interested in this game, you wanted the physical edition anyway, but it's still annoying because removing the ability to buy the game digitally will increase the demand for the physical versions. But I guess Nintendo doesn't really care because they didn't really want people buying this game after said date. The price of the physical version of the game didn't immediately go up, surprisingly, but fast forward to as I'm recording this, and I can tell from the eBay listings alone that this game is increasingly being sought after. So why did Nintendo make this decision? My best answer is simply, I don't know. But let's at least try and understand it. Maybe Nintendo thought giving the game a 6-month window would rush people into buying it, making the demand for the game very high. Yeah, I'm not kidding. That's literally the best I can come up with. So I hope you enjoyed this video because I've really been working hard to get this channel monetized. That way I can take this channel to even bigger heights. But anyways, thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you again soon.